This is your boy Metahuman Macaluco, and I am proud to have none other than Trippy Juice on the channel. Trippy, how we doing today,
Yo,
brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm chilling, having a nice. Today was a clean house and get organized for the weekday. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So Trip, you have toured in Florida and Virginia.
hmm
Um, were you originally from Virginia before you moved to Florida?
So I was like born in Virginia, but then I moved to Florida when I was like 9 years old, bro. So like I lived my whole life in Florida, pretty much. But I like to pay homage to both places because the way I think about it is like both places have contributed to my upbringing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So not just you growing up, but like your artistry, and every all the business stuff that you've put together within the last 20 something years or so.
Yeah, I feel like so it's like I take things from both areas. Like, being like the people in Virginia, like I take away from them like working hard. You know what I mean? Like always being able to hold a job, always being able to make sure you got money in your bank account to live the life you want to live. And then in Florida, like, I've been in Florida since like the fourth grade. So when you grow up in Florida, bro, you have to learn how to hustle. It's a whole nother level of like I feel like everyone here is very smart. I don't think people even understand like even the people out there doing shiesty stuff, like they're a lot smarter than people would give them credit for. Because in Florida, you gotta be smart just to survive. Like really,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, it's like the thing that's crazy about Florida, right, is you could get blasted by like a little white kid named Demetrius with like, like, and you would never think like, and it's just like, damn, it's crazy out here. Like, you can't judge a book by their cover, especially in South Florida. You do not know what people are like capable of.
No, absolutely not. And it's so sad because it's like you don't know who's like chilling and who's just like always calculating.
Yo, seriously, dude, like you would never think. It's like that grant, like, yo, when I was getting my gun license like a couple years ago, right? What got my mind going was like walking in and just seeing the type of people that was walking in. It was like 76-year-old grandfather, like, or it's like you're like, okay, go ahead. You're gonna mess around with the wrong person around here. Like, you always gotta be smart here. You gotta respect people. People don't take disrespect
No,
in
absolutely
South
not.
Florida very well. Like, and you know what? Another thing about it is, so someone said something, I can't remember like what I was watching, but they were talking about how it's the reason that South Florida doesn't really have a lot of rappers like that is because it's hard to impress South Florida. Like, we've already seen it all. Lil Wayne is spent every day here. Like, we've seen all the celebrities, like, just being walking down the street. Like, it's nothing new to most of us.
I don't know. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but there's still like someone new every day. You know, you have 1900 Rugrat, you have BLB Kosher, you have
Yeah,
BLB
but I
Kosher's
guess this is the
buddy
thing.
Traplin
I
Pat.
guess what I'm saying is you're right, but at the same time, it's not that hard to get to these people here.
Yes.
Like you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're from like a Alabama and you know what I mean, like, and they got one star coming out of there, bro. No one can get to that man's at all, bro. In South Florida, you done knew somebody that knew, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
so it's
Okay, that
like,
makes more sense. I see what you're saying.
so it's like because it's so like we're not flabbergasted by a lot of it. Like we're not the shock value isn't there because we've seen a Rari. Like just being at Publix, you
Yes.
you could see. And so it's like in other places you got to realize they don't have this stuff. So when someone starts like doing things as a rapper, like for me, it was much easier for me to gain traction in Louisa County with one song than it was in 5 years of doing stuff in South Florida. You know what I mean? Like really, like I gained so much traction and so much support from the country because no one is doing it there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also South Florida doing it here is what made me be able to do that there.
Yes.
Like if that makes sense. Like this taught me. Like that's the thing. There's so many stars here. Like I know so many guys that are rappers here that haven't blown up that are amazing. These kids are amazing. I've seen them in rooms pack out 500 kids and have mosh pits every other week for like 5 year period. Like you know what I mean? Still never blew up, but is amazing. Like it's just that's what you get here, I guess. That's what really like I take away from the South Florida side is like the capability of like being able to perform, like being able to. It was easy for me to do shows and stuff like that, where it wasn't so easy for friends that I have in like Virginia. Like, where are they gonna drive 45 minutes out to some like it's you're in the sticks, bro. Like you got to blow up on the internet.
Yes. I got you. So Florida gave you the tools, and you utilized those tools to blow up in Virginia.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And speaking of being in the same rooms as some of these other rappers, I've seen you have. I don't want to say toured because that's not the correct word, but I've seen you in the same lineups as Arson, 4700, Ronin.
Yeah.
Did he help you in any way, put you on, or were you already on the up and coming
No,
with
no,
your mom?
I Arson actually hit me up after still like I was so I started coming up like so when Jose passed away, right? Um there was a show like it was like Tankhead and like a bunch of other people and I had paid $100 to my homeboy Jacob the Gold, that's my dog. Like he's cool as fuck. But so I paid $100 and then I went and I did that show and like bro, so people still talk about that show today, like how legendary it was because it was a moment in time like where everyone from like that time period, like all the rappers were together in one place because of like of course like what had recently just happened with like, you know, like death and stuff like that. But also, it was just like, man, like 300 kids packed in a warehouse, like sweaty, crying, like jumping up and down. Like, it was nuts. And that, like, is really what started, like, what I was doing. So then, like, a couple years later, I was in Port St. Lucie and Arson hit me up. And so he came to my studio session and he was like, we should make a song together," and I was like, "Yeah." And then so then I had made a record, and I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, I got this record that's open. It would be good for you to hop on it." And then I'm not gonna lie, that was one of our like big record. Like even when we do that song today, people still like know some of the words, which is like pretty tough. Like it was the fact that like I don't know when we did that song we just performed it for like 5 weeks straight, like we just kept going like performing,
Right.
and it was like the same group of kids that was like coming out, so then it just got bigger and bigger. Like we built a little market out here in Port St. Lucie where like there was like just a good couple hundred people coming out every time. Like yeah, it wasn't like thousands, but a good couple hundred people coming out, like, and just, you know, people like different artists performing. So it was a good little time. So, and then Ronan, I have known Ronan since we was like 14, actually.
Okay. Did you go to Coral
Yeah,
Glades?
I did at one point. Yeah, so I got in trouble at Terravella, and then I went to Coral Glades. So that's where I met Ronan. Yeah,
Got you. Okay.
yeah.
And
I got in trouble. And so I ended up going to Coral Glades, but then I didn't finish there either. Like I got
Oh boy,
But I did get my diploma, so
that's good.
yeah.
And dialing back to 47, were you ever a part of his collectives, Camp Camo or Camp Stink? No,
No, sir.
got you.
No, man, I always been doing my own thing, man. I just have friends that are artists like me, like, and we're all pretty good friends with each other. We tap in with each other. We help each other with
You help each other grow.
different things. Yeah, we really do. A lot of us, there's a lot of us out here that, like, will do things or, hey, and that's like, I think one of the things is, there's a little there's like a thing where it's like right before the fame, you know what I mean? Like, and right before it's like, but there's still a good medium level of artists that like have been doing this, that are good at what they're doing, that like might just have that one song. You never know.
Yeah,
Because I've seen it happen. That's the thing. I've seen it happen before my own eyes.
absolutely. And so you've been between Virginia and Florida. Have you performed outside any other state, whether it's on the East Coast or
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Actually, I have. I've performed in Denver. I've performed in Oklahoma before, in Texas.
okay. And how are those venues compared to Virginia and Florida?
Man, it's just different, man. It's hard. One thing I've noticed is it's just like nothing like Florida, man. Like really, it's true. Like it's nothing like the like. It's easier to get people outside here, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I'm not saying people didn't come, like because people did come, but it's like a different type of people. If that makes sense. Like really, it is. Like it's like, man. I don't want to call it like old heads or anything like that because some of them were young too, but it's just a different crowd, man. Like Florida, I think people are so used to like shows and doing concerts and stuff like that. Like a lot, like even like the old people here are more perceptible to things, like and what they're seeing. Cause it's kind of crazy. Like there's been times where it's like we'll have a show somewhere, we'll end up having like a couple hundred people come out, and like there'll be some guy that was just at the bar there that ends up out. He's like a 60-year-old dude, and like, he'll come up to me, damn man, I didn't expect that, man. Like that's crazy, man. You're really talented. And I was like, man, thank you so much. Like it's crazy. Like it's a little old white dude with a like old gray hair and his little beard and stuff. But that's just it's that I think that's what it is. Like it's I haven't every time I've been somewhere else, I don't know, it's like way different. Like people will they still stay in their chairs and like you know what I mean? It's just it's not as engaged, if that
yeah,
makes sense. Like now Cali is like fun. And it wasn't like Texas was. I'm not gonna say Texas was pretty cool. Like the people in Texas were like they were friendly and like like they were good sports about music and stuff like that. But in other places, it just felt like people just wanted to sit there. Even the people that they liked, they just sat there and like no one wanted to get up. No one wanted to support nothing. It's like it's just a different type of person. You know what I mean?
and that's shocking to me because Texas is supposed to have a huge hip hop scene, especially in Houston.
Well, I didn't go to Houston, so yeah, I was just about to say that's the thing. You know what I mean? So it was like I feel like Houston probably would be different. Like, they probably have more of an underground hip hop scene there going on.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's the thing about, when you're like a mid level hip hop person, like you gotta find areas that work with underground hip hop because there are places that are huge on it. Like there's places where you can get 1,000 kids in a fucking room, but there's also places where they don't give a damn unless you blew up, bro. Like you better, you better be Lil Baby, like for them to come outside. They don't care.
That's insane.
That's the power, but that's the thing. That's why you gotta market yourself. That's why you gotta. That's is really important. Like when people have seen you online, they're more susceptible to seeing you in person
Right.
because then they feel like they know who you are. Like, oh, okay, he's important. Like that's as fucked up as it sounds. Like that's what people really care about.
No, I get what you're
Like
saying. So you really have to stand out in that particular scene for people to not even just for people, but to for yourself as an artist to gain traction.
what, man? Listen, I didn't always like. It took me a while to understand like how to dress, like how to like they, it's important. Like people think it's not important, but it's important. Like it definitely took me a little while though to understand it all. Like it definitely took me a while to understand the type of music I wanted to make. Like, and not saying that that's all that's important to me because it's definitely not. But also, it's like you learn and you grow. You learn and you grow, and understanding like what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. Like, uh, you know, I just have seen a lot of I've probably been to at least 100 shows. I've probably watched at least 500 artists in my lifetime, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I've seen crowds turn away from people, and I've seen crowds like really like get into people that they've never met based on like their aura, like how they're dressing, their fashion, like what their energy's like what they're putting forth when they're performing, like how they're performing, if they know their words, like you know, at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and so it's like when you got if a person's in a room, 9 times out of 10, you can't even get them in a room. So if you got 100 people in a room, or even if you just got 25 people in a room, you can make that work. Like you can perform to the extent at which like you catch these people because like we're humans. Like when people see someone putting forth that effort, when they're like, "Damn, this kid's really going in right now," like this is like he's doing great. Like they're gonna want to support you. They're gonna want to like tell you you did a great job, like things of that nature.
Right.
So you know,
But as both an artist and a business person, and you've made a lot of music yourself, where do you yourself find the line of wanting to create something that you enjoy and something that the audience wants to listen to?
man, that's a good question. So I make both. That's my answer. Like I go to the studio, right? And I'll have sat down like the night before, like, and I will have wrote something that I think could be commercially successful, right? So I
Right.
know that I'm going to the studio and I'm like, okay, I'm going to studio. I got 2 hours. It usually takes me about 45 minutes to make a song completed, right? So I'm like, okay, so if I finish this in 45 minutes, that's the commercial record. And I got an hour and 15 minutes to just do what I want to do.
Right.
And then, so that's kind of how I've done it, honestly. Like lately, that's what I've been doing. And you never know. I mean, you really never know which one's going to be successful, honestly. Like the songs that I have that are successful are not the ones I thought were going to be successful.
Got you. And what, if you don't mind me going down the list, what are those songs that have popped off?
All right,
Was
so
Reverend not one of them?
Louisa County. No, Reverend's definitely one of them. Reverend in total has something like 300,000 streams. So like Reverend has done pretty well, but also though my biggest song is probably Louisa County, and that's just because it got picked up by the radio stations. Like it's hard to top that. Like, and not internet radio, like the radio. Like, so it's like, once that happens, it's like, damn, like, well, this got to be the biggest one.
Right.
Like, and then not only that, like, I have my hometown football team is using it for their season too. So that, like, that's a big, yeah, it's like it's like
That's
that's
a
a
huge
record, and it's
stepping stone. What the fuck?
yeah, so it's like a big record, like, and it's like so it's still going, so it's like not even done yet. And so it's like, yeah, I got that one. I got, Reverend is probably my one behind that. Like, cause Reverend was just like it was a big record too. And then, my first song that was like really to me a hit was "Moving" with my dog Kilo, cause so he was in members only, and we used to perform that song, bro. And people just knew the words. Like it only got like 7,000 on YouTube, but bro, let me tell you something. 7,000 in 2017 was a lot. Okay.
Right.
Like, and like, bruh, people actually knew the words. Like that was the first song where I was like, damn, like people know the song. Like that's crazy. So, and then I got one other song called Ghost. Ghost is a pretty big song too. And you know what? Now that you mention it, my song Bends randomly, like with no promotion on Spotify, just was doing really well. Like I think it had like 60,000 last month, and I literally got like $30 from Spotify. Like
That's
I was
insane.
like,
You know,
and it was just like
that song, I don't know if you ever peeped this, but when you're on Instagram and you're trying to find songs for your story,
yeah,
I typed in Trippy Juice official, and that's like
yeah,
that and St. Louisa are the first two songs that pop up.
yeah. I'm sure they are. That's the thing, bro. Spotify, dog. Like, and I didn't even, I haven't done Spotify as much as I should. I probably should have done it more, but it definitely like you never know
Do you
what
also
song will do
upload onto
well.
Apple and iHeartRadio?
Yeah, yeah. I upload on everything. Well, so my music, I have a label. So like my music, it goes. I have distribution with Empire. So
Okay,
when I put out like records, like Empire does whatever Empire does and distributes all the music.
so
So there's like a like a portal.
with working with a label, is it like a bigger version of DistroKid where you're
Yeah,
allowing DistroKid to just distribute everywhere?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
But the thing about working with a label is they can get into channels that other places can't. Like basically, like you could. It's like movies, like video games, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things, like a lot of doors that open just because like that name per se. But yeah, it's
got
pretty
you,
much like working with a district. But you got to think about this: you pay everyone you work with, so just remember that. Like
gotcha.
even if you work with TuneCore, you pay them $15 per single. So you're paying everybody's paying somebody to distribute your music. So it's like, why not go with somebody established?
Got you. Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been with the label for?
Damn, it might be like a year now. Something. I think it was like a year, something like that when we got the portal. Yeah, I
And
think about a year.
if it's not too personal, your manager is your mom?
Yeah,
Okay. She's a
yeah,
nice lady. She actually helped that set this whole thing up. So I was like, "Yo, let's go." I appreciate you.
yeah. Mom's is fire, bro. She manages a lot of people.
So it's not just you. She's actually on everyone's ass.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Got
Shit, she
you.
manages Tankhead. She manages me. Like she manages Folger. So Folger, he shot videos for he shot like a lot of the beginning videos for Kosher
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff. But he's making music now. He has like a whole like company, 400% Productions. He was doing his thing. My boy Folger.
Folger.
We're
Okay.
actually about to this weekend. We're actually all going to a festival. We're performing at a festival in Montana. It's called Rapping in the Rivers. It's like a 2 day festival. It's got three stages, like EDM, rap. You know, they got some other like big hip hop artists and stuff. It should be a fun time.
Word. Awesome. Um, are you currently working on any projects right now that are not out yet?
Yeah, I got a lot of music, man. Honestly, there's one that I'm working on. Um, so I know there's three that I'm thinking of, but one of them it's a really good song that I've been had, but I have a friend of mine that I'm trying to get him to do like a verse on it, and I just think he would fit well on the song. But the song's called Egyptian Cotton, and it's like I made it as if like I was 2000s Jay Z. Like that's like how I went into it. I was like, there's not a lot of feel good, like I don't know, there like music in the early 2000s was more bouncy. I don't know if that makes sense,
No, it makes a
but
lot of sense.
you know, it was like you could just have fun, like, and so I made Egyptian Cotton, and it's like what it's about. It's like what you feel like when you making big moves, like when you doing something major, like. It ain't gotta be about no shooting or nothing. Like it's all about like, damn, I wanna go make some money today. Like, I wanna do something big today. Like,
Yeah.
so that's what. And I got my homeboy Nato Van Gogh. He been hitting me forever. Like, bro, when you gonna drop a different cut? When you gonna drop a different cut? And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna drop it. I promise. I gotta get it together. And he's like, no, bro, you're tripping. He's like, it's such a good song. And I'm like, I know.
Oh man, shout out NATO.
Yeah, Nato is my dog. He's real good too, man. He just dropped his first music video ever, and I think man, for his first music video, he did really really good. Like he really was always like, bro, I want to rap, and so once I taught him how to record, bro was on it. He just went and took off, like, and he literally flew down to Florida and my boy paid for his video. Like he made a really good song that all of us at the job site be singing and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't work there no more because I took a break. But we used to like travel around the country, me and Nate, like building stages and stuff. I've built Rolling Loud, EDC, all of that.
Okay, so you also have stage production under
Hell yeah,
your.
dude. A lot. I worked my way up to being a lead. So did Nate. Nate is the lead now.
That's fire.
Yeah, I had a great time doing it, man. Just my body couldn't take it no more, bro. Like it's so much on your body.
No, for sure.
Like,
All that
and
heavy
you work
lifting.
hard. It's not just that, man. It's very demanding. It's just a demanding job. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
okay, one time, right? Like Playboy Cardi walked by the stage, right? And he determined that the state, not no disrespect to Playboy Cardi, you know what I'm saying? But Bruh decided that he wanted the fans to be able to see his shoes, right? And so the stage had to come down. So on show day, literally like in the middle. So mind you, I had been working with Don Tolliver's production this whole night because I was actually this night was like my big time to shine. I was like stage manager, not stage manager for the whole stage, but for a specific crew. And I was actually working with like Don Tolliver's like stage crew, right? Like to get their stage set up when they had their changeover. So I had like 15 minutes to take like 35 guys, get this thing that's pretty much like really would take you like an hour to build done in 15 minutes. And it's like, it's hectic, right? And so it's like, bro, I end up working 20 hours because after that, I have to drop this stage down for like Playboy Cardi, and it literally takes us like 6 hours, and it's like raining, so we're in the mud. Like it was just, it's 3 in the morning, like it's miserable. You
Oh,
know,
weird. God bless you.
I loved my job, but after a while, I was doing it for 5 years. My body is was just like, dog, like can't do it. I was like ended up in the hospital a lot and shit.
Gotcha. So now, because you've quit and you focus more so on the music stuff, your body has been able to relax a lot more, and you yourself are feeling much more healthier.
Yeah, I feel way better, honestly. Like 1,000 times better. Yeah, like that all the time.
Gotcha.
But also I've been able to do more music and I've done a lot more shows and stuff lately.
I got you. Does that stagehand side of you ever come out when you're uh observing everyone doing what they need to do, and you're just thinking to
Oh hell
yourself,
yeah.
"Oh hell yeah."
Yeah, definitely does. And it's like, it's because I know a lot of things like behind the scenes as well. And it's like we can spot things as well, like things that's happening on the stage and or something that's going wrong. Like there's been times where I've been like, "Oh shit, Pyro almost caught her on fire."
Oh fuck.
you know,
Yeah.
like it's and the thing is like the community talks, the stagehand community talks worldwide. Really, like when things happen, we know. you know, it's like uh I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, for example, Ice Spice. Ice Spice almost got caught on fire, bro. And like everybody knew about it.
Oh
Like
no.
we all, so it's like that's just how it goes. Like it, it's a secret world that no one knows about, but the stagehand world is a wild one. It's but it definitely it teaches you how to like I don't know. You travel the country. You're with all the stars. You're part of the show.
Right. I got you.
It's something really really dope.
So I don't mean to hold you up. I just got one last question to ask you. Do you have any advice for any upcoming artists who want to get their name out there and be a part of the game?
Ooh. Yeah, honestly, like for the upcoming artists, like don't believe the smoke and mirrors. Like a lot of people, it might look more unobtainable sometimes, but it's perfectly reachable. A lot of these people are regular people, just like you. Like you can play the game too. You know what I mean? Like you can be on the Instagram, you could be on the TikTok, you could be doing the same stuff. It just looks good from our phones. So it's like just take the initiative, like to do it. Like when you take the initiative to do it, like you'll start actually seeing like the fruits of your labor work out. You'll be like, damn, like I got a friend of mine that blew up on TikTok, like really big. Like I don't like to say no names or anything. So, but it was like watching him blow up. It showed me like perfectly clear, like yo, like this could happen. Like it could happen to you. Like you never know. Like if you post every day and you put the effort towards it, like and you be yourself, then it'll work out.
Yeah,
Dare to do it.
absolutely. Alrighty. Thank you, Trippy Juice, for this conversation. I appreciate everything, your insight. Um, and if you can, drop some links. I'll put them in the description, and we'll go from there. Anyway,
Yes, sir.
everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Trip.
Hey, shout out my boy Macaluco. Y'all follow my dog. He's super dope. And I know you got the gaming going on, so y'all gotta get my dog right, man. Y'all follow him.
Thank you, thank you. We're still working, doing more projects with that, but I appreciate you, G.
Yeah.
I'll send you everything. Oh, he's done.